Hi, welcome. This is about a 45-minute Pilates Fusion. I haven't recorded a class in a really long time. I'm coming to you from Nicaragua, where I'm living for the summer, teaching at this beautiful studio called Ola in our amazing little community called Hacienda Guana. For this class, you will need 2 blocks. I like the thick kind. They must be the same size. A fairly light band, circular band, something that you can easily do a motion like this without any shoulder pain. A magic circle, which are readily available on Amazon, a ball, Pilates ball. And I'm using 3-pound weights today. Sometimes I do 5 for this series. And if you don't have all of those things, you can still do the class without the props. So, to get started, please put your blocks about shoulder width at the top of your mat and join me on all 4s. I like to put my middle fingers to touch to measure what shoulder width is. Then I keep the heels on my hands and I spin my fingertips forward. My middle finger is facing forward. My palms are spread. My hands are spread really wide. Bring your feet flat for a moment and just kind of tap your feet. Tap your feet. It's good for the nervous system. Just a gentle tap. And then you can keep your feet flat or tucked and just do 3 cat-cows. Tuck your tailbone into spinal flexion and then come into spinal extension, just opening the heart. And again, tuck your tailbone, use your glutes to start that. And as you come into cow, which is extension, be careful that you're not looking up too much. We want to extend the neck without compressing the neck. Let's do that one more time. Curl under, and then coming into extension. And then toes together, knees wide, just find a child's pose. Bring your forehead down and wrap your arms down around your shins. I call this embryo. And just take a big breath into your ribs 3-dimensionally. Inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. And then push yourself up, come into a quick, just cross-legged position. If you can't do that with your knees, just bring your legs out. Bring your arms out to the side, and we're just gonna take a very simple side bend over to the right. My hand is in line with my hip, just letting the right ear release to the right shoulder, come on up, and up and over to the other side. And then interlace your hands together, flip your palms forward. And then reach your arms up. Unless that hurts, keep them forward. And just find length in your torso. And then separate your hands, fingertips up. These are wrist stretches from the Forest Yoga tradition. Start with your pinky finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make a fist. And then roll the knuckles down. So you're flexing the wrist, keep the wrist flexed and roll the knuckles forward towards me. Shake that out. Switch the cross of your legs. And then reach your fingers forward, ground your middle finger, palms really spread wide. And I know that you could probably go really flat right away, but go slow. Feel that stretch. You don't have to go flat even. Sometimes I just like to stay here. But if it brings you joy, let your palms go flat. Check in with your shoulders, relax them. I like to take just a little neck stretch side to side, one ear to one shoulder. Our hands do so much. We're going to do a lot with the hands today. Peel out of that really slowly. Good. And then take your magic circle, face me, and put the magic circle pad into your feet. and sit really tall. If you need to bend your knees here, that's totally okay. Just sit tall, and we're gonna take the right hand back, look back. It's just a little bit of a twist. And then come through center. And then take the left arm back. Try to sit tall, keep your rib cage over your spine. And let's just do that one more time. Again, you can bend the knees and get the same feeling. Reach back. You could do this with a towel if you don't have a magic circle. And inhale back, and then forward. Put the circle to the side, we'll come back to that. And then we're gonna come on to the blocks. Again, make sure they're right underneath your shoulders. And for a moment, I want you to just like step into plank really quick, and then set the knees down, right? So this is plank on the knees. So what we're gonna do here is separate the knees for a moment and find a child's pose. So my toes are together, knees are wide, my arms are straight. This is a stretch for the shoulders. If this is too much, you put your blocks flat, okay? And then we're gonna come forward and find that plank on the knees. I'm kind of crossing my toes, and I'm gonna do just a baby push-up. So knees are still wide, toes together. I find my child's pose. And then I come forward and I make sure that my body's in a plank from knee, hip, shoulder, neck, and do a push-up. So I go back and forward. I like to keep my glutes here, my abs here, going back. Notice I'm not going super low, right? So let's add the breath. Let's do a few more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. This is really about the elbow joint moving, not the shoulder blades collapsing. So let's think about that as we do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then go back to your child's pose again. And then I'll put my hands underneath my shoulders and almost like a push-up to come up. And then let's take the blocks flat and just do a quick down dog. So again, the blocks are shoulder width. I put the heels of my hands right on the edge. I step back into plank, and then I come into plank position. And let's just pedal out the heels right and left, and right and left. Good. Come on down, move those blocks to the side, grab your ball. We're gonna turn around the other way. And we're gonna take the ball in between the inner thighs, pretty close to the pubic bone for bridge pose. Make sure your feet are hip bone width and that your toes are pointing straight ahead. Palms down, shimmy your shoulder blades under you, neck long. This is a tuck, like a super tuck. Lead with the pubic bone and come up into bridge. So sometimes we tend to get really extended on our back. That is not that. Tuck your tailbone, think of the pubic bone being the highest bone in the pose. I feel my triceps. I'm making sure my neck isn't flat, so just feel that. Don't look at me, look up to the sky. Tug your tailbone like crazy. Press into the balls of the feet. We're gonna take 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Long neck, inhale. Exhale, 2. Through the nose, inhale. Through the nose, exhale. Keep your hips lifted as long as you can as you roll down. So it's a 1 vertebra at a time kind of feeling. Good. So now we're gonna take the ball in between the knees. Bring the knees a little bit past tabletop. Flex your feet. I like to take my arms back behind me, just a slight bend in the elbows. If that hurts your shoulders at all, you can go arms out like the letter T or even down. But with the arms back, relaxed, elbows bent, that feels good to me. So we're gonna go out 45. I'm pressing my sacrum, my pelvis into the mat, draw the knees in, point your toes. This is where we really have to press the pelvis into the mat, tap the toes, draw the knees back in. Flex, go out 45. Bend the knees in, now point the toes and think my whole sacrum pelvis is pressing, belly in, and bring it in. Flex, inhale out. Exhale in, point the toes, inhale, tap. Exhale, bring it in, this is hard. Flex the feet, go out, squeeze your ball. Bend the knees in, toes tap. Belly in, belly in, belly in. Now keep moving, keep breathing. If your back is hurting, you don't have to touch the ground. You can go just halfway. Bend the knees in. You can also go more up to the sky with the legs like I'm doing here. And tap. Keep moving. Inhale, legs go out, feet are flexed. Exhale. Inhale, tap the ground. Exhale, draw the knees in pretty far. Press it out. Bend it in. Let's do a few more. So let's do 2 more. Flex your feet, go out, long neck. Bend the knees in. Remember, it's not so much that we have to tap the toes. You don't have to. Last one. Toes tap. Bend the knees in. Good. Grab the ball. Place it out of the way to the side. Toe your knees and feet together. We're going to do crossovers. So you're going to take your arms out to the side like the letter T. My knees and feet are together. Cross your right leg over the left leg like you're just crossed under the dinner table. So not figure 4, but crossed. This left foot's going to stay on the mat. We're going to take the knees over to the right. Nice and slow. And at first, I do feel like, it's a nice stretch, right? And then I relax my legs, draw the belly in, and I think about moving my pelvis with my deep abdominals. Then I take the knees to the left. It's an inhale. Exhale. Heavy legs. The inhale begins the way home. Exhale, the pelvis is back home. To the right again. Inhale. Exhale. Try not to extend or arch your back too much here. Heavy legs. Draw the belly in. It's a good thing to think about pubic bone to belly button here. Let's go to the left one more time. Inhale, begin the journey back to center. Exhale, back to center. Now we'll do figure 4. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Reach for your left leg. If you feel like, my head's coming off the mat, you'll need some kind of a pillow there. Flex both ankles. Why? Because it protects the knee joint. Press your tailbone down. Option to extend the left leg up and just do a couple pointed flexes. Couple circles one way, couple circles the other way. Bend the knee, release the legs, bring the legs up, arms up, just shake, 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 shake. Good for your nervous system. Set the feet down, knees and feet together. Let's do the other side, arms out like the letter T. Left leg crosses over right. We go to the left. Inhale and exhale. Tell your brain to relax your legs. Bring your mind to your pelvis. Move your pelvis with your core. These are called crossovers. I do them almost every day. Over to the right. I think what's hard about this is to not initiate with the legs, but initiate with the core, initiate with moving the pelvis. Let's do that one more time each side. I'll cue the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back to center. One more time, inhale to the right. Exhale here, feel the stretch. Inhale, initiate pubic bone to belly button. Exhale to center. Cross your left ankle over the right. Figure 4, reach for that right leg. Flex both of your ankles. Press your tailbone down in opposition. Check in that your pelvis isn't wonky, but that your pelvis is even. Right leg high, 2 points. 2 circles one way, 2 circles the other way. Good. All right. Let's just cross the ankles, hands behind the knees. Just rock and roll forward and back a couple times. Come on up. Turn around the other way. Okay, so this is a little bit outside the box of classical Pilates, but we are going to tuck the toes and lift the knees an inch off the mat. Notice I'm not rounding my back. This is just like plank. Squeeze your glutes. We're going to go down to the right forearm and then the left forearm. And then we're going to jump our feet as wide as the mat, back to hip bone width, and then I'm going to bring my right hand underneath me and my left hand. This is hard. Left forearm down, go slow. Right forearm down. Try to keep your knees an inch off the mat. Don't lift your hips up too much. Feet go wide. Feet hip bone width. Left hand underneath, right hand underneath. Right elbow down. Left elbow down. This is like forearm plank. Keep your knees an inch off the mat. Do a little jump wide, jump hip bone width, and then one hand up. Let's do it again. Left arm down, right elbow down, jump, close. Bring your left hand underneath you, bring your right hand underneath you, and take child's pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, think about coming up into a push-up. All right, we're gonna come standing, find your ball. This is more like a Pilates Fusion class. We're gonna go wide on our mat. Open up your feet. When you bring your arms out, your wrists are kind of over your ankles. My toes are pointing forward. All right, we're gonna do some glute work here. If you have shoulder injuries, you're holding the ball, your arms are straight forward. If that's not you, take the arms up. All right, so we are gonna bend the right knee. If you have knee issues, maybe you touch the ball to your knee, otherwise touch it to your toe. My back is flat. Back is flat. And then you straighten that right leg. We're doing 10. Touch the ball to the toe and come up. Breath is inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Keep moving. So the key to making this use your booty in concert with your quads is that when I bend, I think about all the weight in my right heel and I squeeze my right glute. Inhale, weight in that right heel, exhale. Let's do 3 more, inhale, exhale. What I'm not doing is rounding my back. I'm lengthening the spine, exhale up. Inhale, exhale. Let's go to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Take your time. Press into that heel as you come up. Find length in your spine when you go down. And when I come up in space, I'm not sticking my butt out. I'm still keeping the best of my core in. 4 more. Inhale, exhale. Good. And then let's just take a forward fold. I'm gonna bring the ball just kind of underneath me, hand over hand, and just hang, hamstring stretch. If this feels too tight, you can bend your knees a little bit. If you want more stretch, bring the weight into the balls of the feet. Breathe. Roll your ball to the side. Take your right hand to the hip, left hand to the hip, elbow squeeze. Think of your inner thighs and your glutes working as you come up. Toe heel your feet together. Shake out the legs. Grab your magic circle. And then grab that strap that is really loose. It's an extra light strap. We are going to take the magic circle about an inch above our ankle joint. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what my back is doing. We're going to do some squats here. And my band, I'm taking all 4 fingers inside and my thumb under. Okay, so I would say my feet are a little bit wider than hip bone width, maybe as wider as my greater trochanter, which is the outside of your hip. Arms are forward. There is a little bit of a stretch in the band. I'm going to take a squat. I'm going to pull my elbows back, stretch the band, arms forward, squeeze my butt as I come up. Take a squat. Pull the elbows back, forward, squeeze the glutes as you come up. Squat. My weight is in my heels. Pull back, forward, squeeze your glutes as you come up. Now notice, let's pause in the down position. I'm not arching my back, I'm not tucking. I'm pretty straight in my spine. Squeeze, this is for the upper back. Straighten the arms and come up. Let's do 4 more. Squat, pull it back, arms forward, and come up. Squat, pull it back, arms forward, come up. Squat, pull it back, arms forward, and come up. Squat down, pull it back, straighten really nice, and come up. Woo! That was a lot. Take your band, just put it to the side, grab your magic circle, have a seat. We're going to do some bridging and some inner thigh with the magic circle. So I'm taking the outside pads to my inner thighs, maybe 2 inches below my knee joint. Come onto your back. And my feet aren't as wide as the mat, but almost. So bring the feet in just a little bit more. I would say a little bit wider than my outer hip. Bring your arms down and just take a moment to relax your pelvis. This is not a tucking position. As we gently squeeze the circle and release. Squeeze and release. So what we want to avoid is our hip flexors, putting our pelvis into a posterior position, right? This is a more neutral, natural pelvis. Sometimes we tuck, sometimes we extend. This is neutral. Squeeze and hold and release. Squeeze and hold and release. We're working the adductors, inner thighs. Squeeze and hold and release. Take a breath. Now we're going to bend our elbows like this into a 90-degree angle. I'm shimming my shoulder blades under me. My elbows are pretty close to my rib cage. Gentle squeeze of the circle. We're just going to curl the tailbone up and lift up into bridge. This is not a super tuck, but my back is pretty straight. Long neck. Ask yourself, is this okay on my back? This is a different part of our glutes. And lower down. Release the circle. If your back is not happy with that, just do 10 more squeezes with the magic circle. If you're like, hey, that feels pretty good, we're going to lift up and down for 5. So this is more glute medius, TFL. Lift and lower. Gentle squeeze, not a crazy squeeze of the circle. Good. 2 and 1. And lower down. Take the circle out. Straighten your left leg, bring the right leg inside of the pad. Let's just take like a gentle hamstring stretch. Slight bend in the knee. And switch. Don't over pull and overstretch. That's really important. Just a gentle stretch. Release, bend your knees. You can let that circle go, roll to the side, and come sitting up. We are gonna turn around and do the come on to all fours. I'm gonna put my middle fingers to touch just to measure that shoulder width position, spinning the fingers forward. Tuck your toes, send your right leg out. We're coming into plank, but get yourself organized and send the left leg out. Now, keep your hands and feet where they are and find down dog, which means if you're tight, you're gonna have to bend your knees. That's okay. So listen to this cue. Hug your armpits towards each other. Hugging your armpits towards each other widens the shoulder blades away from your spine. So we're gonna inhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Bring that right arm up. Plant the right hand down. Exhale, back into down dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot to the outside hand. I'm reaching up. I'm trying to keep my pelvis pretty neutral. Step back. Left foot to the outside of left hand. So what I mean by that is I'm not twisting, right? I'm trying to keep my pelvis square. Left hand down, downward facing dog. Let's do that again. Right foot to the outside of the hand, reach up. Strong back leg here. Plant the right hand, step back. Left foot to the outside of the left hand. Reach up, strong right leg. Step back. Ooh. And then let's come on down to all fours. Get your hands underneath you. Come into cow, which is extension. I think that deserves a sexy cat. Circle your tailbone like you're trying to make circles with your tail. It's not so much of an expression in the upper body. And then reverse. Feels really good. I do that one all the time. All right, we're gonna come standing again. So grab one block, put it in the center of your mat, and then grab your weights. You could totally do this with 5-pound weights. I'm using 3-pound weights. We're gonna use those glutes again. So I'm gonna have you step your right foot on the block, and then make sure your left foot, the toes are even, arms are just down, and come into a squat, which is kind of like Utkatasana in yoga. Make sure that your hips are square. Again, my back, I'm not arching my back, extending or tucking, I'm really straight. So just do a few pulses. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna step my left foot back and come into a lunge. And then I'm going back to where I came from. So I step back into a lunge and come back to where I came from. I'm gonna do this sideways, you stay there. Right? So when I go back into that lunge, my pelvis is really straight, my spine is straight, and then I find that chair pose Utkatasana. So back into a lunge. This is glutes. Back into a lunge. I want you to feel the strength of your right booty. Back into the lunge. 2 more. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. And then stay down. Bring the weights to the heart. I'm going to face you again now. So I'm down into this leg. My butt's burning for sure. I'm going to tap my right foot out. 1, 2, and then to the back. 1, 2. 1, 2, to the back. 2. So this right leg has to be really straight and strong. 2 more. Tap, tap, to the back. Get down, tap, Tap, squeeze your weights together, tap, tap, and straighten. Shake out your legs, and then we're gonna do the other side. So now you're gonna put the block underneath your left foot. Weights are down, and we come down into that squat. Make sure that you're looking at your toes and they're even. So take little pulses, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we're gonna step back into a lunge, back into our squat. Take your time, back into the lunge, both knees are bent, both knees are bent. Back into the lunge. Even pelvis here. As we go back, pelvis is even, spine is straight. Lunge. Back. This is hard. 2 more. Take your time. If you wobble, that's okay. Back. And lunge. Hands at the heart. Press the weights together. 2 taps to the side. 2 taps to the back. Feel the strength of your leg that's on the block. That booty to the back. 2 more. Side and back. Woo! Side and back. Oh, straighten the legs. Shake it out. Keep your weights. Take a moment, we'll actually put the weights down. Double up the front of your mat. We're gonna take the block. The block is gonna go skinny ways in between the inner thighs, pretty close to the pubic bone. Grab your weights. If you've ever been on the reformer and done thigh stretch, that's what this is like. We have to really pull the pubic bone up towards the belly button. The glutes are active. My feet are hip bone width. You have to be flat-footed here. All right, so we're gonna hinge from our knee joint. And then as we've come forward, we're gonna pull the weights back. So weights go forward. Squeeze your elbows back. Keep your spine straight, which is really hard. Most of us want to kind of take our butt back. This reminds me a lot of bridge pose. Forward. As we come forward, we squeeze the weights together. As we hinge from the knees, the weights go forward. As you come up, squeeze. It's okay if this is small. This is a way to elongate and work our quadriceps. 3 more, it's called thigh stretch. 2, and 1. And rest. Go ahead and set those weights down. Take the block out and unwind your mat. Please grab your ball. We're going to turn around this way. So now the ball is going to go at the bra line in between your shoulder blades. This is not like a low back situation. Stay up with me as you get into this position. Feet are on the floor, hip bone width. Interlace your hands behind the head. Elbows go forward. So what we want to do is test to see that we can extend over the ball and rest our head in our hands and that the fingers are touching the mat. Where we're going with this is doing really conscious abdominal curls here. If you have any neck issues, you're going to use a block just like this for a pillow underneath your head. But full Monty is that we come down into this big extension. We always keep our elbows narrow, pointing to the sky. So think about coming up slowly, You're basically flexing at your torso. We don't want to pull on our neck like this. It's really important. And come down, elbows pointing to the sky. So we come up, 2, 3, and down, 2. That's the tempo. Let's add the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Keep moving with me. I find that if I think about my head like a bowling ball in my hand, I really feel my midsection working, which is what we want anytime that we lift our head to do core, quite honestly. If this hurts your neck, you need the block behind your head. Keep moving. So ask yourself, am I pulling on my neck? If so, think, how can I only move in between that space from my low ribs and my hips? I'll say that again. Bring the low ribs towards your hips. That is what's moving. Let's do 3 more. Relax your jaw. It's almost like your arm muscles should feel that they're holding your head up. Last one. Let's take a moment to just lay over the ball, and now you can open up the arms. If that hurts your shoulders, keep the elbows up. We're going to do one more to come up. To get out of this, keep your chin up, reach both hands to your right knee, straighten your left leg to come up. Good. Let's turn around and face the other way. Now we'll get a little more classical. Come down onto your back. Draw your knees into the chest. We're going to take the right leg high. Grab onto your calf with both hands. Almost like you're using your biceps. Round head and shoulders up, left leg out 45. Let's flex the feet for the first few. You give that right leg a double pulse. And switch. Pulse, pulse. So with the feet flexed, it's intense. You're going to feel your calves and your Achilles. Now let's point the toes, which is more classical. You'll feel the tops of the feet stretch. This is not about bouncing in the upper body or the head. It's almost like your biceps engage. Last one. And rest. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, let your knees touch. Close your eyes, you can put your hands on your belly or your hands on your heart. Just take a pause. With your head down, just kind of roll your head right and left. That's it. Good. Roll to the side. Come on up. Let's face each other. Make sure your pops are out of the way. We're going to take a rotation exercise. We're on all fours. Let's send the right leg straight out to the side in line with my hip. Let that foot turn out if you want to. This is kind of like thread the needle, but not so big. Take that right arm up, look up, and then thread it through. My left elbow bends. It's not about touching your head to the ground whatsoever, but my neck is soft. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, right arm up, look up. Exhale, have a moment of a soft neck. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. My left elbow bends like a push-up. One more time. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, slide it through. Let's just go to the other side right away. Inhale. Left arm up. Exhale, bend your right elbow. Let your head be heavy. This is good for our posture. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Uno más. Reach up. And exhale. Good. Let's turn this way. plant the hands, just step back into a quick down dog. Pedal it out. Bend the knees. Please come down onto the forearms. All right, so we are gonna just grab onto the biceps for a quick dolphin. Grabbing onto the biceps helps you measure what is shoulder width. Interlace your hands together. Tuck your toes. Find cat pose and cat-cow. Slowly start to straighten your legs, but we're not gonna straighten them all the way. And I just want you to hug your armpits towards each other and push into your fist. Head is heavy, hips are high, and then come down to the knees. And go ahead and sit on your heels or cross-legged. Just do a couple circles. Couple circles. All right. So now we're going to grab our 3-pound weight. And we're going to put that weight behind the knee of the left knee, right over here. We're going to come down to the forearms again. Toes are tucked, knees are in line. Grab onto your biceps, interlace your hands, fingertips down. Tuck your tailbone. Okay, so we're going to straighten the right ball of the foot out. Long neck, almost like plank position. Oops, sorry, I said that wrong. Knees bent. Press into the fist. So now what we're going to do is extend the hip, which means that we keep the hips really even and we're extending that left hip. And then I'm not quite touching the knee to the ground, but almost. So we're using the glutes and hamstrings to open the left hip. What we want to avoid is using our back, right? So think of a cup of coffee on your sacrum, which is your pelvis. So we're strengthening the glutes and working on hip extension, as I said, from the hamstring and the butt. So that's why we have to do this so slow. This is a lot on the shoulders. So instead of collapsing, you have to really push into the fists and the elbows and fill up the space in between our shoulder blades. So a lot going on here. My left foot is flexed. I'm almost thinking about left foot to the ceiling and then down. One more. And then let's switch. Ooh. Okay, so that weight goes right behind the right knee. Come down onto the forearms, grab onto your biceps, interlace the hands. My toes are tucked. Take a moment to kind of come into cat-cow, and then lengthen your neck, because really it's almost like we're in plank position. We're doing 15 of these. Lift that right leg and lower. Imagine that I could come and put a cup of coffee right on your pelvis and it would not spill. So this is pelvic stability. This is not easy. We tend to want to use our back. The low back is stabilizing, but it's not coming to the party as far as extending the hip. I'm going to remind you to keep pushing into your fist, hugging your armpits towards each other, and moving slowly. It's just that upper leg bone, the femur bone, moving in the socket. Inhale, exhale. You should feel your right booty, right where your hamstring meets your butt. Couple more. I'm a bad counter. and 1. Ah, so good. Gently release. We're going to turn around, come onto our back. Let's take our block, lay on down. Bend your knees like you're going to come into bridge pose, but we're going to take the block flat ways right underneath the sacrum. Take your arms kind of wide. Just take a moment to feel the heaviness of your pelvis. This is restorative. Draw your right knee in, draw your left knee in. I like to give a little bit of small tick-tock right and left with your pelvis. And then just extend your legs up, soft bend in the knees. This is my version of shoulder stand in yoga. We're letting all the blood flow from our legs to the pelvis. I'll shake out the legs here too. Bend the knees, set your right foot down, set the left foot down. Lift your hips up, slide the block out, lower down, and just bring your feet as wide as the mat, let the knees touch. Take your right hand to your heart, left hand to the belly, and just have a gratitude moment. Separate your knees, roll to the side. I will start to add some more videos to my channel. Thanks for watching.